I know I'm close to the last session, so I'm expecting this set of crowds and everything. Cool. So how many students are here? Like just raise your hand. How many students? How many working professionals? Who works for game design, game development, anything? How many companies are here? Any companies? Okay, you guys own company? Great, 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 really great. Okay, fine. Today, what I want to take it up here is like, of course, you guys are a lot of students and a lot of professionals, and everyone is mixed up. So the path what I'm going to discuss with you is to attest all the three of them. So I hope from the morning you got a lot of insights and a lot of more topics about depth about the game development or what should be learned, what should be concentrated, and lot the depth of the like any AI or whatever lot of things. Or even last session was about the funding aspects of a lot of information was discussed. And but everyone will face or stuck at certain momentum. It's like, are we in the right direction? Are we are getting at the right point? Are we moving forward in the right direction? Or like someone was raising a question for game designer, where should I start? So like that, a lot of questions will be coming up in your mind. So what we are going to do here right now is like so discuss few of them. So one quick about myself. I graduated from Oxford Brookes University. I was working in Singapore and I was working in Dubai. I was working in a lot of interesting projects with Leap Motion, Metaverse we called it Digital 360 there, way back in Mumbai, Dubai. We created a virtual mall and a lot more interesting projects we have created. And this was very interesting projects which gave me a lot of learning. Due to some reason and I came back to India, there was a I saw a very big gap which the technology was not transmitted. So in 2018 was the first time I stepped in to understand that there's a big gap. So I created a lot of UG programs where you see that as a first program as BSc in gaming. So it is with various universities. We have created BSc in game art and design. Like that, a lot of interesting course was being designed. Right now, I'm in working with a part of Hero group of companies where it's a Hero Wired. It's a new vertical which is formed by Hero group of companies where totally education is in wire. By VAR mentioning about virtual, ED is education. We are all the education, all the trainings coming up in the virtual space aspects of it. So that's called the wired meaning in all of that. So I just want to give you a quick glance about Hero Wired. So a short clip, a very short clip, because people don't know about Hero Wired, right? So for those people, those who don't know, I'm just going to get back to that slide. Can you check? Can you play that? No, it's not. It's a video. It's not playing. ಇಲ್ಲ ಪ್ಲೇ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಪ್ಲೇ ಆನ பின்னாடி போயிடுது ಯಾ ಆಗಲಿಯಾ fine, no problem. We will chat that. It is available in YouTube, no problem. So the Hero Wired, I'll just give you a complete overall glance about Hero Wired. Hero Wired, as I told you, it's a virtual education. Right now we have been partnered with Nodwind Gaming, and we are coming out with a new, it's a very interesting course where you have two bifurcations. One is esports management. We are the Asia's first program in esports. In esports there is no program at all, and we have created with a partnership with Nodwind Gaming. How many of you know Nodwind here? Nodwind Gaming. Cool, cool, decently good. How many of you play game tournaments? Play tournaments? Have you played tournaments before? Yes, cool. Okay, cool. So they have been conducting a lot of tournaments and they want more people. They lack of talent pool again. They want to solve that through us. We created a course for them and we created the esports management course where students can, those who take that course, they can be partner, they can get a job through them. So like that, it was targeted for esports. And in the gaming stream, we are creating a program for targeting to the hyper casual students. Of course, there are a lot of partners over here being part of our program, like Reloadin, a lot more people like that were being part of it. Okay. So, of course, you guys are the power of gaming community. I can say that very loudly and clearly because without you guys, nothing can be making it happen. So, of course, you guys have some gaps understanding what industry wants. What should I step in? Like, where should I go forward? What I should learn? Whether am I in the right direction? Are I fixing it? Example, whatever the games I'm doing, whether the industry will approve my portfolio or not. Whether whatever the projects, are they very interesting? Like that you guys will have a lot of doubts, right? We will discuss about that only today. Okay? As I told you, like here a lot of companies are there as we discussed, and of course experts, professionals and students. These are the three pillars for this. In this, I'm majorly going to talk about challenge faced in the industry, and next thing is the market trends. Of course, there are many people who are discussing about various market trends, and we are going to talk about, are you guys a right fit, or the companies may ask you, are you guys a right fit for us? They'll also ask these questions mutually, and what is the industry support we are expecting, and what can be the bridging gap, and followed by exactly understanding what industry wants, so that you guys also know and you guys can fix your portfolio or resumes in the right manner. And last but not least, are we all together in the right direction? Example, you may think that, sir, I did a project, sir, I don't know whether I'm doing it correct or not. I have that doubt. First thing, every industry faces this problem. I think many of the companies will accept here, those who are here, like no appropriate learning path. Like the people who comes in, are you guys are from the gaming industry? No. Are you from BSc? Any gaming course is there? Or are you taken any certification? Are you taken the portfolios, anything in the gaming path? Every company has that learning path problem. They cannot get the right exact. Next thing, every company is after hiring, they much investment on timing on their industry, L&D part, where learning and development do invest training projects. Next thing is, how many of you understand publisher? How many of you know what publisher wants? Especially I wanted to ask this question to the students. How many students, once again please raise your hand. Do you know what publisher wants? Do you know exactly which publisher are we targeting? Is the portfolio when you're making, are you targeting which publisher you're going to target? Do you guys know? That is the gap. That we are trying to take it to the education itself. While you are getting learning itself, you have to know that. That gap we are talking about. Next, of course, every company accepts this again. The cost of every experts are going higher. Unity developer, the market is the spike. The market for Unity developers is spike. None of the mid-scale companies can afford them now. The market has gone to a spike right now. So next, lack of market and exposure. Like professionals, of course, they know about Unity, but if you see the same guy sits in metaverse developer. Guy game designing, he will be asked, okay, company will ask like, okay, you can know about this AR VR also? Too much of ask. Lack of technology updates. How many of you know that there's a touch interactive games or same tool whatever you're using is being used for that also? How many of you know that? Same thing, nothing is different. I've been visiting Touch Magic. Touch Magic is one of the interactive maze company who do games for whatever you go for the gaming arenas, where you see the arcade machines and everything. That is one of that company. They're using Unity technology, same methods, everything. They're using very simple games, but they're not getting the correct developer for that. But the logics and techniques are all same. The technology updates and the hardware gaps you guys have. And lack of women's. In this floor also, I don't see, we have a couple of women in this, but there are not much women in this complete sector. We are trying to develop that. So this is the biggest challenge for the companies as well. When you are talking about market trends, of course in global we are in a big number, 258 billion. We are reaching that. In India also it's good. I will go back to the India also now. And cloud computing. How many of you are doing cloud-based games, like HTML games, web-based games? Any of you have tried it so far? Cool. What type of games you have tried so far? Super. You? Sorry, someone raised. Yeah, yes? Cool, nice. Anyone else? There are a lot of, now please, if you are not stepped in, please get into that. It's a very big market coming up. You have to tap into the market. That's your place. And to talk about India, we are in a very, very good shape. Roughly, can anyone guess in top 100 country gaming revenues, where is India? What is the number of India? Top 100 countries, what is India's gaming number? Where do we stand? What is the rank of us? Sorry? Number 2. Okay, cool. I'll come to the answer. Yes? Next answer. I heard from the back someone. 11. Okay. Any other, one more last guesses. One more last guess. Any number. You can go with some random number, nothing wrong in that. 14. Who's that? You're close. Any other number? Okay, fine. Last year we were in 17th position. We were here this year 16th position. One thing is, you have to thank, of course, Jio, because deep penetration about the smartphone users has grown up, internet users have grown up, everything is gone up, and the population of usage of the mobile games is gone up. Because of that, we have moved from 17th position to 16th position. But there is a bigger gap, bigger steps where we have not stepped into it. Those things are the things which I am going to talk next right now. Console in the casino games. This is especially for the gaming companies, those who are stepping into. Gaming companies and all the students or experts who have the interesting idea, one note to every one of you. Sony has launched Indian Hero project. Right now, I hope everyone have that message right now coming up in your groups. India's Heroes project, yes, exactly. This is a fresh information update, latest update. If you have an interesting project and if your company is being registered in India, you get a greater support from them. So if you are not thinking about that market, please step into it. That's the wonderful market where Sony is supporting. Only thing is you have to register your company in India. Make sure your company is in India. That's the only thing. Sony is ready to support you. If you are ready for the interest, I hope, how many of you have interesting projects right now in your hand? Sir, I have an interesting project, I can talk to Sony. We are ready for it. How many of you have interesting projects? Of course, you have a lot of interesting projects, definitely. You would have told just now, I've been hearing from a lot of you guys, sir, I have an interesting idea. I have an interesting idea. Definitely you have an interesting idea, right? Take it to it and take it to the cross-platform approach. That's where Sony, Microsoft, Xbox have a wonderful approach in this. They are ready to acquire games. Only thing is where you stand exactly in the market. Whether you are in the quality shape. Are we in the good shape? That is where we are trying to discuss. Of course, everything ends at stops at one particular point. Talent pool. Are we ready for it? Are we ready? Are you a perfect game developer? Ask yourself. Am I a game designer? Or I am wearing multiple hats? What are the hats you are wearing? Some company asks for multiple hats, right? Yes or no? So, here we go. Every company asks, are you a right fit? Or personally you will ask yourself, sir, am I right fit or not for this company? Or am I right fit for a game developer role or not? How do you get to know that? I used to ask my question, even this question to me itself. I'll ask my question like, Ajay, am I right fit? Like where I'm standing. Am I doing a right job? Questioning ourselves is always good. So, answer to this is like, it's not only within you guys, it's equally with the industry support. When you say industry support, this is to all the companies, basically, those who are here. Filling the defined requirements. Example, every company has certain different types of requirements. Example, but base, definitely either you will be asking Unity developers or design Unreal developers. But precisely what type of projects you want. Are you want a multiplayer developer? Or you want a good guy with a mathematics or physics knowledge? Do you want what type of defined requirements? Let us discuss. Put that in the proper curriculum. Get it in the right shape. Universities and the institutions are ready for it. They are ready for it to enable and change the curriculum as the industry requirements. And setting up the standards of expectations. Example, let's say you are going to hire a person. What do you expect from him? You want a designer, but what are the designer knowledge you want? You want 10, 15 concepts from them? Or what do you want? Are you ready for it? Where you are ready? Are you really a standardized person? Like every role has to be standardized and set up properly. And we are taking publisher. One thing when I'm talking about publisher, right? Crazy Labs for hyper casual and lot of other great interesting publishers are there in the market who's ready to get understanding. But studios have to be ready to get collaborated and bring this appropriate knowledge to the curriculum so that students are ready for it to accept. Then you will get the right pool of talents. That's the ultimate logic behind that. Creating the awareness in business. How many of you know what is the business standards that if I going to sell this game, what is the market, how will you define that market, what is, I think a lot of people are discussing about the game business strategies. How many of you know this, to the students, how many of you know it? Game business logics behind. How many of you know it? This is the answer. If student doesn't know what is the business logics happening in the market, in the company, how he will be preparing the games for you? The students are ready for it. Only thing is studios have to come in and define the curriculum so that all the spaces have been filled correctly and they are ready for it. This is, I'm putting this point on behalf of all the students here. They are ready to accept that. Thing is, if you want the right talent, it's like you have to know all this means, then only you'll be add-on value to thing. You'll make your value to the seat what he's been putting up. Next thing is like, have the expected core skill met. Please let us tell the whole world, like when I met a developer, when I met a game producer, when I say you is going to manage the game entire project manager or anything such roles, please define the core skills and do not expect anything more than that. If we define that, the output will be met. That is the understanding which we are giving to the students and the universities and the colleges everywhere. They are ready to accept that. Again, this from the industry point of view. Okay, now I hope I told about the industry requirements, right? Few things about what colleges, various colleges we are trying to do and where colleges and students, a lot of people are doing. Definitely students will be accepting this also. Many of you guys are working on it. Project-based learning, live projects, industry review. First thing when I want to talk about project-based learning, this is for the industry people, like what exactly students, with the students what we are trying to do is, they are trying to do some or other games. Either it's an hyper casual, either it is maybe first person shooter based games, either it may be like I can say a carom based simple games, either it may be a platformer. They are trying to do any of such games. Now, live projects. They are trying to, definitely industry people are not trying to, you will not enable the entire project to the students, right? They will be part of your project in the form of internship, or in the process of some companies are now ready for it to put the last year students involved in the some modules of the project making, where they get an experience but not the complete full of, because they are doing a piece of the module. When it comes to industry review, many of the companies who came here today have been a part of the Vired's evaluation panel. They evaluate the students' works. Ajay, your concept is good. Here, this is the mistakes. Example, mechanics has to play. Game loop is not right. Either this area, the game player retention is losing here. Who's going to tell that? Who's going to tell the students? Who's going to tell the academic, like entire system? Of course, industry people. If this is being molded correctly, all these three together, you will get the right candidates. You will get the appropriate candidates. That's the perfect guarantee. It's like when I say students are not ready for it, it's not only about students. It's like we have to define what exactly we need to get right from the students. Are we in the right shape? Are we telling us exactly what we want? Are we telling the skills what we want? A good example is when we do the program which we are running, as I told you, hyper casual. What we did is we spoke to the companies, almost 5-6 companies. We understood the hyper casual process, and we are not giving the students very hard time. Only hyper casual project divided into multiple chunks, and every milestone we are reviewing with the industry people, and they get that experience what industry wants, and they are refining it. At the end, we are asking them to pitch the game to the publisher. So where he gets a knowledge about what publisher wants, what industry wants, whether the meter is met, are we ready for it? Are we making the students to be placed? Are we ready for the right placement for any of the hyper casual company or any of the concepts? That's the meter we are trying to set. So I have some 3 basic questions I think I would like to discuss with all of you. First thing, how to prepare the learners faster? Anyone have any ideas? How do you want to prepare the students faster for your company? Any points from you, ma'am? How do you think you can prepare your students faster? Learners tomorrow if you want to hire them. Any ideas? Okay, okay. From you?
Maybe gamify the learning process so that it's more fun and engaging.
Gamify the learning process. Okay. Anyone else want to add up? Anyone wants to add up? Any points from you? Yeah, please.
Sensory features
Okay.
like touch, feel, taste, like definitely taste not in digital, but then like touch, eye, vision, and all those sensory features, if they're kind of inculcated into any of the characters or whatever the design that is there in the game, then that is more relatable to the player. For example, like if any cartoon,
Yes.
like cartoon, if you see, if there is Tom and Jerry, also like a simple thing, if there's a truck, you draw simple eyes on the truck, you draw a smiley face on the truck, lips on the truck, and then there is emotions in that, not in a in an inanimate object also. Now the
Okay.
truck is also moving, it's laughing, it's smiling, it's jumping. So it's basically you making a non-living thing into a living thing. So if you kind of add those characters into, in a sense, like sense organs, basically we have 5 sense organs, like a touch, taste, like all those things. So if you want to make any non-living thing into a living thing, just rough sketch, I think, of the sense organs on that, and try to make go through certain experiences. I think that will make that whole thing lively, and you can plug and play as different things into your game or into your character or whatever product that you're building. I think that makes
Cool,
more
cool.
sense.
Great. Anyone else want to add up? Any companies want to add up the points? How to make the learners learn faster? Definitely, when I put this point, I thought only one thing. The students learn faster there is no logic here. The students learning the right skill is the matter. Right logics is the matter. So exactly the precise points, what you want for the defined role, that is matters. So there is no such learn faster. Definitely the points have been taken, but that can be incorporated, they can make it faster. But these points as the part of their portfolios can be taken, not as the learning faster. Because every company want the talent pool as faster as possible, right? So this is meant for that reason. Okay. Next thing, level of controlled exposure. Problem is Unity developers are being required in metaverse company also, AR/VR company also, and in the gaming company also. Everyone wants Unity developers, correct? Everyone wants Unity developers. But we are defining the roles and the process of the controlled exposures. That, of course, with your support, we can do that. And standardizing. Again, I'll come back to the same standardizing part. Expectations, what do you want the students? And what do you want from the industry? We want to standardize this process. That is very, very, very important. And for any companies, basically, we are trying to explain partnership and collaboration and talent pool access, customized training talents. And for experts, courses, industry connects, networking. Of course, every student wants to understand what is publisher requirements, right? Every student wants to know what companies wants, right? If you want to get the complete access and everything, we are happy to support you guys, to share you guys, basically all the students and the companies, we are ready to support you guys. My last statement is, dream big, set goals, take the right action. Without industry support, we cannot have the things rolling around. Without the students, we cannot make it actually fix the talent pool access to guys. That's all. Thank you so much.